Welcome to Mindfulness Live. This week we're talking about self-acceptance. Very difficult, shockingly difficult. There are so many obstacles to accepting ourselves for who we are, which means not just accepting the good stuff, but the bad stuff too. So it involves a certain amount of positive thinking for sure, but also a sense of balance and an ability to face the negative. Nothing new, nothing that we haven't discussed before, but in this particular context, looking at this particular mental factor, there are certain steps we can take. So we'll be looking at that in a few minutes, but first, make yourselves comfortable. Take a nice breath and let go. And I want you to feel the sensation of air passing through your body, into your mouth or nose, down your throat, into your chest. You can feel the muscular contractions, but that's not actually the air. Can you feel the air? It's cooler going in and warmer coming out. You can feel the refreshment. And you can feel its life-giving properties. It's very, very familiar. And yet, sometimes we see it with new eyes. And that is mindfulness. New eyes, beginner's mind, bare attention. All different ways of describing the same thing. So you stay with the breath. And watch out for that sensation of newness, novelty. How many millions of breaths have you taken? And yet, still, when you pay attention, some of them stand out. And now you bring your attention to the rhythm as the breath comes and goes. And the regularity and the evenness are calming. They focus your mind. And you feel the musculature, the mechanics of breathing. Not the breath, but the breathing. What your body is doing to make it happen. And in this way, you explore your body. Not in order to explain it or fix it or anything like that, simply in order to know it. You know the feeling of being in your body. I should say the feelings. The feeling of sitting upright. Feeling of being relaxed. The feeling of combining this erect stature with your relaxed sensation. This is the posture of mindfulness. Attentive and relaxed. And you just stay with the breath, watching it come and go, feeling it. Doing it. Normally doing it autonomously, but now doing it consciously. So we're talking about self-acceptance, and just now I had trouble accepting myself because I have all these people waiting for me expectantly, and I have this image in my mind of them being frustrated and abandoning me and hating me. And so that's a part of me which doesn't accept myself, right? I mean, I don't take it seriously anymore. And yet those things still come up. The mind does this. It's always triggering, or we have triggers in our mind for shame and embarrassment and distrust and self-distrust. And, you know, all those things which really work against us, which are basically part of our own mental functioning. So self-acceptance is the ability to say, yeah, that's the way my mind works. Yes, I accept that. And yet still I can function because I don't only have negative qualities, I have positive qualities. I have abilities. I have skills. I have good personality traits. But I'm also sometimes bad-tempered. Sometimes I'm a little short, or sometimes I'm not really paying attention. I'm not fully respectful of other people's presence. There are all sorts of ways in which I can lose my meditative cool, you know, and my guru-like demeanor. That's all for the video. The reality of my life is that I'm a human being just like you. So learning to accept that is a process. It's not something you can take for granted. It doesn't just happen. And sometimes we think, well, when I make it, when I make my first million, or when I get this job, when I become CEO, or, you know, when I finally find my perfect mate, then I'll accept myself. And these are just mind games, because it's not any one particular achievement or one particular state of mind which will really make you comfortable in your skin. It's a deliberate process. So the way to nurture our self-acceptance is to engage in certain practices, okay? First of all, cultivating your strengths, and not just cultivating them, but knowing them. I know that I can communicate well. I know that I have certain skills in meditation and mindfulness. I know that if I smile, that people like me better. So I cultivate this. I try and create this idea, or dwell in this reality that I can do good, that I can be positive, and that I have qualities that people like, that I like, that are good for the world, the sort of qualities that we all should have. So some of those I have, and I don't want to diminish those just because in a certain moment I make a mistake, or I feel stupid, or I feel embarrassed, or I remember something from my past which makes me think that I'm not really worthy and I shouldn't be doing this. So those thoughts come up. I take that for granted. That is self-acceptance. I accept my negativity. But at the same time, I don't allow that to be the whole story. I also work to remind myself of what I'm good at and to tell myself, ultimately, to discover and to remind myself that I like being me. And this is a mantra which you can practice periodically during the day, and especially in those moments when you're really not sure of yourself. I like being me. And think about why. Well, because I'm good at this and I'm good at that and I'm good with people and people like me. And no, I'm not perfect, but I am good at these things. This is just the beginning. We will get into this more over the course of the week, but this is the beginning. And I want you to practice this. I like being me. And I don't want you to just say it, it's just words. I want you to understand why or what it is that you like about being you, okay? I like you. I like all of you. You can like you too. There are certain practices and certain types of people who think that that's wrong, that we shouldn't like ourselves, that you know, that's really for somebody else to do, that it's better if we put ourselves on the back burner. That is bad thinking. That's a mistake, but it does exist. So we have to be aware of it and watch out for it. We will speak more about this. In the meantime, make yourselves comfortable. Take a nice breath and let go. And look at that, you're breathing all by yourself. Your body is surviving, supporting your human brain. Not just supporting it, but keeping it going, feeding it, nurturing it, cultivating it. And you have a say. You have such power. More than anything else, you have the ability to change your mind, your reactivity, your self-image. And most importantly of all, to change your behavior, to become less reactive, more accepting, and more focused. And when you're calm, you're kind. When you're kind, you're more open to others and to yourself. So you stay with the breath. And you stay with your body. And you ask yourself, how do I feel? What do I sense? What do I know in this moment? I know my breath, my posture, my body. I know my feelings and mood. They're right here. This is what I'm feeling. I know my thoughts. They come and go. I let them go. And I stay with the breath. Breath comes in. Breath goes out. Feelings come and go. This moment feels like something. And my reaction to that feeling triggers thoughts. And those thoughts attract. They make me want to run away with them. But instead I let go, stay with the breath, stay in the moment. And I think, this is me. This is me. I'm focused. I'm paying attention. I'm managing very well. I'm good. This is good. I like being me. And I know there's more. Not just the good, the concentrated, the quiet, also the passionate and the crazy and the excitable. That's me too. And it's because of that that I learn to be quiet and to be focused. It all goes together. And this is what I've made of myself. And it's not bad. I like being me. It's good to be me. And sometimes the thought comes up that I don't like it, that I don't like me, that it's not good. And I want to understand that thought. Hold it up. Let it go. And remind myself that there's a much bigger picture in which I am acceptable. I'm competent. I'm caring. I'm lovable. And I like being me. And staying with the breath. We take 3 more breaths and open your eyes.